There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job. This man was blameless, upright, fearing God, and turning completely away from evil. His life was a living testament to divine blessing. God had surrounded him with prosperity and abundance. Thousands of sheep, camels, yokes of oxen, and female donkeys covered his vast fields. He possessed a great family, 7 sons and 3 daughters, and a multitude of servants under his command. Job was the greatest and most respected man of all the people of the East. Every morning, he would rise early to offer burnt offerings to the Lord, interceding for the lives of his children, fearing they might have sinned in their hearts. Now, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan, the accuser, also came among them. The Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him, blameless and upright, fearing God and shunning evil." But the accuser replied with venom and sarcasm, "Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not placed a hedge of protection around him, his household, and everything he has? Stretch out your hand and strike everything he possesses, and he will surely curse you to your face." The Lord, in his inscrutable sovereignty, permitted Job's faith to be tested to the absolute limits of human existence, declaring, "Behold, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand upon his person." And on a single day, all hell broke loose upon Job's life. Messengers arrived in a desperate rush, one after another, bearing news of absolute ruin. The Sabines attacked and carried off the oxen and donkeys, killing the servants with the sword. The fire of God fell from the sky and consumed the sheep. The Chaldeans formed 3 bands and swept away all the camels. And then the most devastating blow arrived. A mighty wind swept from the desert, striking the 4 corners of the house where his children were feasting, and the roof collapsed upon them all. In a matter of minutes, Job lost his wealth, his servants, and all his beloved children. Facing the abyss of sorrow, Job arose, tore his robe, shaved his head, fell to the ground, and worshipped. He said, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. The Lord gave, and the Lord is taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Yet the trial of the Lord's servant had not reached its end. Satan returned to the presence of the Lord, insisting that a man would give everything he has for his own life. And the Lord permitted the accuser to touch Job's body, sparing only his life. Job was struck with painful, malignant sores that covered his entire body from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. The agony was unbearable, continuous, and relentless. Bereft of comfort, Job sat among the ashes, taking a broken piece of pottery to scrape his oozing wounds. His own wife, shattered by grief and the total destruction of their family, looked at his suffering and said, "Do you still hold fast to your integrity? Curse God and die!" But Job, maintaining the steadfastness of his soul, answered her, "You speak as one of the foolish women speaks. Shall we indeed accept good from God, and shall we not accept adversity?" In all this, Job did not sin with his lips. 3 of his friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, heard of all his adversity and came from their lands to comfort him. When they saw Job from a distance, they could barely recognize him, so disfigured was he by pain. They wept aloud, tore their robes, and sat with him on the ground for 7 days and 7 nights in complete silence. For they saw that his grief was overwhelmingly great. In the deafening silence of his ashes, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. The righteous man now questioned the deep mysteries of human suffering. His friends, instead of offering solace, falsely accused him, claiming that such immense agony could only be the result of hidden sin. Job defended his innocence, yet yearned for an audience with the Most High. He cried out in the dark, "Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might come even to his seat!" Job felt the crushing weight of divine silence, yet, even in the epicenter of his torment, a spark of unshakable faith echoed from his lips into eternity. "For I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last, he will stand upon the earth."
Then, after the long debate and the desperate cry of the human heart, the Creator of the universe answered Job out of a powerful whirlwind. The voice of the Almighty echoed with absolute majesty and supreme authority. "Who is this who darkens counsel by words without knowledge? Now prepare yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me, if you have understanding. Who determined its measurements, or who stretched the line upon it?" God paraded the majesty of creation before Job's eyes, showing him the control of the stars, the power of the oceans, the order of the heavens, and the majesty of wild beasts. Job realized the infinity of God's wisdom and the insignificance of human understanding before eternal decrees. Confronted by the glory and holiness of the Creator, Job fell upon his face, declaring in profound humility and awe, "I know that you can do all things, and that no purpose of yours can be withheld from you. I had heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye sees you. Therefore I abhor myself and repent in dust and ashes." The Lord expressed his wrath against Job's friends for not speaking of him what was right, and commanded Job to pray for them. And it came to pass, when Job prayed for his friends, that the Lord restored the fortunes of Job and gave him back his life. The Lord blessed the latter days of Job more than his beginning. He received double what he had before: 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yokes of oxen, and 1,000 female donkeys. God also gave him 7 more sons and 3 more daughters, the most beautiful women in all the land. And Job lived 140 years after this, seeing his children and his children's children to the 4th generation. And Job died, an old man, full of days. The story of Job remains forever as living proof that God is sovereign, righteous, and infinitely faithful.